Former President Donald Trump and President Joseph Biden will square off under the auspices of CNN this Thursday in the first of two scheduled debates. Absent from the stage will be third-party candidates Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Jill Stein, Chase Oliver, and Cornel West. So what will they talk about? And really, what is there to talk about that they might not talk about? For that, we went to Philadelphia to speak with Professor Anthony Monteiro of the Philadelphia Saturday Free School. We spoke with him via Skype Tuesday. So there's this sweetheart deal between CNN, Trump, and Biden, who seem to have more in common with each other on this point than the rest of us. We know what's in it for Biden. Everyone's saying this is his audition. If he can't handle being on the debate stage, even if he's faking it, if he can't do that, then he's going to have to be put aside, and they got to figure out what to do next. But what about Trump? What's in it for him? Trump's been convicted. He's got his show on the road now. It went through the South Bronx here, ended up in Philadelphia. You're in Philadelphia. Let's start there.
Yeah, Donald Trump brought his campaign to North Philadelphia, which is the highest concentration of African Americans in the city and probably in the state. So he not only came to Philadelphia, but he came to North Philadelphia, and this was an appeal to the black vote, obviously. I was not inside the rally, which was at McGonigal Hall. This is a big arena at Temple University. I was on the outside, so I had a better picture of the demonstrators. But from what I understand from friends of mine who were inside the rally, there were about 10,000 people, and one estimate is that upwards of 20% of them were African Americans, which would be significant given that Philadelphia is a solidly Democratic city and a solidly, in terms of the political establishment, pro-Biden. And it is the battleground, I should say, in Philadelphia and in the state of Pennsylvania is over the black vote. How will black people vote, and will they vote at all? And certainly the most sensitive part of this for the black political class is what will black men do? So that was the rally inside. Outside, the anti-Trump forces were not able to muster anything significant. At best, there were 100 demonstrators. And this is in a city where all the unions are for Biden, where the black political class and the Democratic machine are all for Biden, and they were unable to get much of a protest. And this is significant because what the black leadership or the black political class continue to say is that black people are outraged at Trump. And we were told that black people are outraged that Trump was coming to North Philadelphia. Well, it turned out that they weren't that outraged. And I read the whole situation as the black vote has not yet decided what it will collectively do in this election, whether they will vote for Biden, whether they will vote for Trump, or whether they won't vote at all. So this is the significance of it. I should say I was told that in his speech, Trump said that he liked Jill Stein and Cornel West. They were, as he said, fine people. But he also said he didn't like Robert F. Kennedy. He said he wasn't a good person. And also he spoke favorably about Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, and Kim Jong-un of North Korea, all of which I felt was interesting. And he also said that if we don't get Biden out of the White House, not only will the country go down, but that we face World War III. So that's kind of what I take away from it. It was significant that he appears in North Philadelphia, significant that he, crafted his message to take up some of the issues that Black people are dealing with, especially crime and immigration, which he said was taking jobs away from Black people and lowering the wage standard. He also, interestingly, praised the Teamsters and the Teamster leadership and attacked by name Sean Fain of the United Automobile Workers, saying that Sean Fain's members were not following his advice to vote for Biden. But there is this point, and I don't know when Trump is going to stop doing this, where he kind of says that everybody that opposes him in the Democratic Party are Marxist, fascist, and communist. Now, how he puts all of that together, and I know he knows better, and I think that has to end. But I thought there were positive aspects of his message. I think the appeal can be to Black voters. I think, again, I would say about the Black vote in Philadelphia, and of course, let's get this clear. The majority of people who vote will vote for Biden. That's a given. But what will be the inroads that Biden makes and that Trump makes, and will Black voters turn out to vote at all?
Yeah. Well, last time and time before, it was decisive.
Oh yes. It will decide. I mean, what happens here in Philadelphia, in a large way, will decide how Pennsylvania goes, and how Pennsylvania goes will decide how the election goes in a big way.
Right. Trump said even we win Philadelphia, we win Pennsylvania, we win the presidency.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a significant pivot point. Philadelphia has a great deal of room. All of the large cities in the Northeast, you have a lot of room for Republican candidates to make space statistically. And this is an essential part. The urban vote in general, Black and brown vote in particular, Black vote in particular, are key to a lot of these cities, which carry an awful lot of weight in the national election. In a way, you can see how that's been maneuvered by people that have been put in positions of influence there, and how reliable they are to the party. You don't see McKinney being given a position like that, for example. So you're in charge of this key part of our vote. Trump has a lot of room, though, because over the everything that's happened since 2016 has tended to make the argument against Clinton and Biden. People are worse off. They've been promised a lot of things. They barely get spoken about. Abortion rights get spoken about 100 times more than the condition of Black people in the country. Being shot, and so there's room for Trump to go in and say, and he went right. This is right after the South Bronx, and I assume he's on that tour now. So what they used to call it for musicians, the Green Book. It's almost like a Green Book for presidential candidates.
Yeah. No, it is. First of all, I think to understand this kind of political realignment that's taking place in the country, we have to understand the level of dissatisfaction. at the grassroots level. And that's in the labor movement among workers, that's in the Black community, that's in the Latino communities. The discontent is on a high level. I can tell you here in Philadelphia, the decisive vote, the Black vote, is totally dissatisfied with the type of political leadership in the city and are equally dissatisfied with Biden. They think, first of all, they think he's too old, and he is. They don't think he's capable, but also they feel that the party that they have given their votes to over 4 or 5 decades now has not lived up to a social contract with them. And life is not happy in Philadelphia for the majority of people. There is poverty, there's homelessness, there is crime, there is murder, there is a failing school system, and seemingly no one can give any answers to how we will resolve these crises. So people are turned off to the political establishment and by implication to Biden, and whether that opens up a wide enough path for Trump, it's hard to say at this point. But then again, and this is a factor that's hard to measure, the impact of the genocide in Gaza upon Black voters.
Obviously, we're going to have to wait to find out, but we're going to learn that sooner or later. Tony, thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you, Don.
For KPFK, I'm Don DeBar.